Guys, welcome to another episode of Robert's Roundup for Friday, June 20th, 2025. Let's get started, guys. So, there's a rumor out there that Sony is going to buy Warner Brothers gaming and movie division. It's a rumor so far from some reputable sources, and Sony's looking to try to get the franchise like Mortal Kombat, DC Universe games and stuff like that. What are you guys' thoughts if Sony makes a Batman game? Do you think they can make it exactly like Spider-Man? There was a rumor that Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy, there might be another Injustice game, all of them being developed under a Sony banner, that Warner Brothers announced that they haven't been doing well in that division and that they're going to try to sell off some of their famous IPs. But what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts if you saw another Superman game? How would that be? I think that would be pretty cool to have a Superman game, just like how Spider-Man is. So Warner Brothers might actually be trying to sell off their gaming franchise, and if PlayStation buys it, they're going to own themselves some really good IP. So I can't wait for that to happen. That's going to be something that is going to be pretty awesome if that happens. So PlayStation, what do you think you're going to do? Do you think you're going to be able to buy this, or is it going to be more of a still just under the rumor mill? I hope it's true, but I can just imagine Sony building their fighting game division with Injustice and Mortal Kombat, things like that, and getting more superheroes. So that is awesome. And our next story is that PlayStation is having a concert. If you guys have seen this, that there's a concert series that is coming to the US. They're going to hopefully have some pre-sale tickets soon. We will see what will happen, but they are going to offer themes from pretty popular games like Final Fantasy Rebirth, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Bloodborne, Astro Bot. So they're going to have a concert, kind of like how Final Fantasy does a bunch of concerts. When they play and have their orchestra and stuff like that, we're going to start seeing Sony doing something like that. I think that is going to be pretty awesome. That is something that I would be interested to see. So I can't wait. I can't wait to be able to hear about hearing Sony having professional people playing kind of the music that we enjoy in our gaming, that we love to see every single time. So I hope it comes out soon, comes to an area near you, and you can be able to definitely check it out at some point. So that's going to be awesome. There is a story that in this next story I wanted to talk about was Marathon. If any of you guys heard about this story, is Marathon was a Bungie game developed. It was kind of like a live service game like Helldivers, Concord, things like that. But now it's been delayed. There's a report out there that was saying that they needed more time to kind of fine tune what was needed, but they're going to be able to share in the fall more details of this game coming out later. So Marathon, if those of you guys don't know of this game, this is the first time I ever heard of it, but yeah, it's created by Bungie. It's kind of similar to a shooter. You go around teaming up with your people, other players that you get to play, and being able to, you face AI, you do survival matches and things like that. So I have the first time, like I said, I ever heard of this game, but apparently it's a big deal. I guess it's being delayed, but remember, Bungie was doing some layoffs back in just not too long ago. So this has probably affected the reason why Bungie has to push it to later on for next year. But they were saying that they want to look at the participants from the alpha version that they had, and look at new gameplays and update their survival mode. And they have a Marathon universe mode that they want to be able to look at and be able to have better social experiences. So Marathon, a game Bungie created that looks like it's going to need a little bit more time to fine tune. Do you think this game's going to be like Concord? It's going to come out and gonna sell like 5 copies and nobody's gonna really play this game. I don't know, but this is what we're starting to see. So developers starting to go for live service games and then pushing them later. So I don't know, we'll see, we'll find out. And then for those of you who are the Legends of Heroes Trails of Beyond, they're adding a Switch version too, but it's going to be delayed till 2026 in the West. So the PS5 version is coming out next year, and it was originally coming out in the fall, but they are having a collector's edition. If you guys see what this collector's edition looks like, it looks pretty awesome. It's going to be available for $109.99, and it ships from NIS America online, so that store, it's limited at time, so they're only going to have limited copies of this game to be able to when it comes out in the West, to be able to fulfill the needs for this game. I truly believe in getting the collector's edition versus a lot of the standard stuff. I think the collector's edition is more for your value as a collector versus standard. But the Legend of Heroes games, if you get the standard version, those are more than likely holding their value. So if you bought them at 60, sometimes you can make 6 months down the line $70-$80 because they don't make so many of these games. So I think that is something that would be a good investment if you are a collector. But yeah, this game is coming limited pre-orders. They're going to have some soon that you can be able to get, so excited about that. And speaking of Legends of Heroes, they actually have in NIS America, the store, they've restocked their Legends of Trials Cold Steel 3 and 4. They have a PS5 collector's edition that has both games, plus you get some DLC content, the collector's edition, stuff like that. They've restocked those, so for those of you who either are a collector, want to get some, or haven't played that game in a long time and want to replay it on the PS5, I say go for it. Get this restock of the game and definitely try it out. It's such a great game. I remember playing through the first one, had so much fun with it, trying to get through the second one, and hey, you know what, we could restock, it's restock, so definitely be able to check that out. Coming this fall in the West is Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth. Now these games were remade onto the Vita version, and then they stayed on the Vita for a long time, but now they're coming out in the West. You can pre-order now on Amazon. That's where I got my copies. But the only downfall is that they're coming for the PS4, so you won't get an updated version like you would on the PS5. We would have to get the PS4 version, but all 3 games, Rebirth 1, 2, and 3, are coming in a Trilogy pack. Now, I was looking at this trophy guide of the Vita version and seeing how difficult it was. Some of these games you had to play through 3 or 4 times. If you guys remember these games, you had to get a standard ending, a true ending, and then you had to get each of the goddesses' planets up to certain percentages. So there was a lot to do in this game. I don't know if they're going to make it that difficult. They're just going to rehash the same story, same trophies that they did in the last game for these 3 that we saw, or if they're going to come up with a new trophy list. I'm hoping it's a new trophy list, something that's maybe a little bit easier. We can attempt something that is going to be, just enjoy playing through the game again. I have them all on the Vita. I bought the digital copy. That was a series I wanted to get through every single title, but as RPGs, it's hard to put in 100 hours on all your favorite RPGs, so we're getting there slowly, but it's going to be a fun journey. So if you guys like the Hyperdimension series, definitely check it out. Grab yourself all 3 copies and hey, enjoy the series when it comes out later this year. So I'm excited. It's a plus in my book. I would say yes, go for it, guys. Right. the final story I have of the day is there's going to be a new Atelier game coming out in September. Atelier Resleriana. Is there? I guess that's how you pronounce it. But it's coming out, launching September 26th. So this looks like it's going to be a different take than what we saw of Yumiya, but it's going to be more of like a, I don't know, more of a lighter feel to it. I was looking at this, and you know, it's set in the universe. It will be on a different continent. You know, same thing that you have, ingredients, building your Atelier, things like that. But it looks like a more lighter. It looks like a more lighter direction that they're taking it. I guess Yumiya didn't go in the direction that they thought was going to be good, but yeah. So you know, there's the same thing you see in the typical Atelier gameplays. There's exploration, combat, synthesis. I guess her name is going to be shorter. It's going to be Reyes, but she's going to, you know, has to help the town, stuff like that. So you actually get to form a team of 6 characters. So 3 in the front, 3 in the back. And you could use action points to equip items to their advantage. You can inflict damage and influence timeline of character's turn, trigger consecutive turns for allies, activate powerful unite attacks. So it sounds like it went back to more of the traditional Atelier games than what we saw in Yumiya, of having like the action of, you know, everybody's on the screen. You can hit buttons all together and do a bunch of different things. So I think that this one did more of going back to the original turn-based. So excited for this one coming out this year. Definitely get the Atelier games. I know I mentioned prior about trying to get through Yumiya. Yumiya was tough. I'll try to get back to it at some point, but definitely I get these games. I like getting these games. They're fun to play. I try to get through them, but sometimes, you know, for RPG fans, you don't have a lot of time to be able to get through all this stuff. But I'm excited to play it. Which one of these games of the that I mentioned today has yourself a that you want to be able to get? Like, what do you guys think about having Atelier or Hyperdimension Neptunia, or even the Legend of Charles Cold Steel games, or the Horizon games? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, and be able to just recommend. If you recommend any of the series, let me know in the comments. But for us JRPG fans out there, let's unite and let's talk about it. Tell me your favorite games, guys. So yeah, that one is awesome. And with that, guys, thank you for watching this channel. Thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Let me bring you the news every single Friday. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much. God bless you guys. And remember, keep gaming. Thanks, guys.